Stardom Sit-em Week 15 DST. The playoffs are here. Ladies and gentlemen, these decisions matter the most. Trying to get you guys set up for success in this week and maybe the weeks beyond. So please stick around to the end of the video. And now let's get right into the episode. First up, this should be a layup matchup for the Commanders in starting lineups this week for the first round of the playoffs, going up against that Saints offense who are going to be without Derek Carr, who has a fractured hand. And I know we've seen this offense without Derek Carr before and how one-dimensional they become. The only threat on this offense is Alvin Kamara. I'm really not fearful of MVS because when you put in these backup quarterbacks, whoever they decide to go with, if it's Jake Haener or if it's Spencer Rattler, whatever the case may be, that deep ball gets eliminated. It's not going to be as fluid as Derek Carr connecting with MVS as a threat. But even so, I don't see this Saints game being a high-scoring game. So the Commanders have a safe floor that they can build on with the opportunity for takeaways and some sack production. I know we remember this Saints offense without Derek Carr. They had no Chris Olave for most of those games. They lost Rashid Shaheed in that time span. So therefore, not real threats. So Commanders, they get to start. Next up, I got the Jets. Regardless of that black cloud that lives over them, they're still a top 10 defense in categories that matter. The sixth fewest completion percentage allowed, top 10 in sack production, and they're going against Mac Jones and that Jaguars offense, who are averaging less than 20 points per game with or without Mac Jones. So therefore, this isn't a high-scoring game where you have a safe floor with the Jets with opportunities for takeaways. The Jaguars in 6 games straight have had one giveaway. This is an opportunity for the Jets to build on those 10 points that we start off with, the standard 10 points, and I really feel as though there is some sack production here. Like I said, there's still a top 10 defense when it comes to sacks, and this is where the points will live. I'm honestly not too optimistic about Mac Jones and this Jaguars offense to go up there and light it up and scoring more than 20 points. So they have a safe floor this week, so go ahead and put them in starting lineups. Next up, a really good bounce back game for the Cardinals. Now, I know last week against the Seahawks, they got their butt spanked, but that was a division game. Those games are always weird. It's twice a year they play the same team, so therefore one of the games are going to go the other way. But this is a great bounce back this week against the Patriots, which is also a offense that doesn't go out there and light it up. They're just under the 20 points per game. Love Drake May and his game for the future. The future is definitely bright for him, but this is a game that's going to be very difficult for him. There's not many real threats on that offense other than Ramondre Stevenson, but this doesn't bring much appeal to have me fearful of putting the Cardinals in starting lineups. Safe floor here with high upside as well. Honestly, looking at what the Patriots have been doing with Drake May, they've been protecting him a little bit better as the weeks have gone on, but he still has been sacked 24 times since he's became the starter. 13 giveaways in that span as well, so upside for takeaways, sack production. Go ahead and put the Cardinals in starting lineups. Now to get into my Week 15 fades, but with a twist. You're going to be fading these defenses this week, but you're going to be holding and stashing and starting them in Week 16 and 17 in the playoffs where it matters. So first up, I got the Bucs as a fade this week against the Chargers, with the secondary being banged up and the Chargers still an offense that can go out there and create some opportunities. I will be looking to get away from them this week. But in Week 16 and 17, they have the Cowboys on the menu, and then in championship week, they have the Panthers, both low-scoring offenses, and it's been hard to go out there and watch Cooper Rush try to function in a Cowboys offense, and CeeDee Lamb has looked human for most of the part without Dak Prescott, and the Panthers, we know there is upside for the future for Bryce Young, but they're still not going out there lighting it up, so both teams are going to be able to have upside for takeaways and sack production for the Bucs, where they have found some success. Now, another defense, the Buffalo Bills, they may not be available to you on the waiver wire, but they are worth sitting this week, but holding on to in the fantasy playoffs. They got the Lions this week where they just gave up 40-plus points with the Rams. This is another high-scoring offense with the Lions, so I will be looking to get away from them and pivot to maybe some other options that I named earlier in this video. But the matchups, man, Week 16, they got the Patriots, and then they got the Jets in championship week. I like these matchups because they're both low-scoring offenses with some upside for the Bills to get up on them early and create some turnovers and get the sack production. I like the Bills in the last 2 weeks of the playoffs, but this week they get the fade going against the Lions because I do not trust them to stop or slow down Jared Goff and that run game. So this wraps up another great episode of RotoBaller Fantasy Sports YouTube channel. Please make sure you guys like, subscribe, and leave a comment below on what you guys think of the episode, if I helped you out in these last couple weeks, and leave your start and sit questions down below, and I'll try to answer them all the way up until game time. So you guys can follow me at Real Deal Fantasy on all social media platforms. Until next time.